Prop Fiends, Prop Fiends, Prop Fiends. Back for another show, UFC Vegas 113 with two special guests incoming. Get ready for it. We got Arkansas MMA here for the first time. How you doing, Arkansas?
Good. How
MMA.
you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
No problem. It's a pleasure to have you. Hopefully you come back and have more fun on the show if you don't get scared after this one.
No, definitely not. No, I'm just excited. I want to hit some bets with you guys, so I'll be excited.
Let's go. I'm excited to hear these props from you. And we got AJ MMA here too, another special guest.
What's up, y'all?
How you doing, brother?
Doing good. How's everyone doing?
Doing okay.
Good.
I'm doing very fiend. The Fiend Juice Friday is already behind us. I'm gonna do a shotgun, not a shoey. Let's fucking go, boys.
Let's get
Hell
it.
yeah. Let's go. Oh my God.
How you do it right there.
Damn, welcome to the show.
Woo! Here we go, boys. The boys, the Fiends, the Prop Fiends are here at the Meta Apex. What do you guys think about the name change? Mark Zuckerberg must have his hands in something here.
Yeah, I don't really care too much. I think Zuckerberg's annoying, but I mean, they can call it whatever they want to.
I'm excited. I think maybe that'll be something a little bit cooler than what we're used to. I know it sounded like I watched like Yanni the Greek's show, and he was talking about they made some updates to the Apex, not just like changing the name. So it sounds like it's a little bit cooler experience there. But I don't know. I think it's kind of cool sometimes when they do the ref cam. So I don't know if Facebook's behind that or Meta, but that's kind of cool. So I'm excited to see if they do anything new. But yeah, it's whatever the name.
Yeah, the PFL did that ref cam for a while, and the UFC just now started picking it up.
Yeah, that was cool to see.
I heard recently too, because of that change. I heard they added more seating, like more seats to that Meta Apex arena. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, AJ, living out there, have you ever been to the Apex before?
Yeah, so I was blessed, you guys. Usually, I'm not gonna lie. So usually for tickets, especially at the Apex, they go for around like 4,000 to 5,000, especially depending on the fight night.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of good fights. But I was actually blessed enough to go to the Bonfim, Gabriel Bonfim versus Randy Brown.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice. They had it going for like decent pricing. It was like under 1,000, so I was just like, I want to get that experience just to see how it is. And man, it's a very small arena. You can hear everything. You can hear the cage closing to pretty much all the shots, and then people getting thrown on the cage. You can hear it all, but it's a great experience. I honestly think if you love MMA, especially UFC or just anything like that, you for sure got to go check that out, because it's just something that I don't think personally I'll get to experience when you go to like a big fight night, because all the crowd noise and everything. But being in like a really small arena like that, oh, it's amazing. And then plus too, if you ever do go, like there's a bunch, and I mean literally, like there's a bunch of random fighters that are there. I think I saw the Charles Oliveira, and I actually could have got a picture, but everybody kept running to him, and I didn't want to be like one of those people, so I stayed in my seat. But then I was able to meet Andre Touchy-Feely. That was pretty
cool.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was cool. And then Elvis Brenner, met Elvis Brenner there too. So I would recommend it. It's for sure like one of those experiences to where it's like you can kind of do whatever there, and it's really cool.
Yeah. Hey, Kyle in the chat saying that you guys should shout out your social media. So if you want to do that real quick.
Oh yeah.
And Kyle, he's a fan of the show. He won the first giveaway of the year, the Prop Fiends giveaway. This week, we only have 5 entries, fellas. All what the people need to do, put hashtag F3 in the comment section on this video. We're giving out $50 each and every event to the people tuning in, staying forecasted. And this week, we got the Forecast 5. One week, we had 130 entries. I don't know what happened. We fell off a cliff. But Matrix Veal, the winner of last week, he's back, ready to attack. We got Fatal in the giveaway wheel, Midnight Loop, Sunrise in April, and the kid next door. If y'all know who that is, I don't know his name, but it's the kid next door. We got 5 entries. color coded. It's a fair spin, fair chance. Let's see who gets the dub before we start the show.
Who gets it?
Who is it?
I think it's Sunrise. Yeah, Sunrise in April in the chat. You won.
Hey, there we go.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
Sunrise in the Apex. Let's go. Prop Fiends are ready to go. We're 6 minutes in, ready to attack these bookies. We got 2 special guests that have incredible props for all the Fiends tuning in. Thanks for staying forecasted, and thanks to Arkansas MMA, AJ MMA for joining the show this week.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Let's
Let's
get
make
it.
some money.
Next week, hashtag F3 in the comment section on this video to enter that giveaway wheel next week. Pretty simple. Let's get straight to it. We got Arkansas MMA up first.
Yeah, so for this one, I really like Ketlin Souza's violence. I think she has a power advantage. I really think that Brazil's shown that she's been a little bit tentative in the past and doesn't really like to be getting hit. I think Souza can either knock her out or do a club and sub. I think there's a ton of value here. I was honestly thinking this would be kind of around 300 range. So to get plus 450 is the odds I was using. And plus, I took her on the money line, to be honest with you. I bet her confidently. I feel like she's going to win. To be honest with you, before I watched film, I was looking at this and didn't really remember Souza that well. And I was like, oh, Bruna Brazil has a lot of advantages. How is she the underdog? And then I was watching film and I'm like, oh my God, like, how is she not a bigger favorite? So I could see why people would like Brazil in this spot is what I'm saying. And I understand why it's lined that way. But I think Ketlin Souza has a pretty good chance to get it done inside the distance. Obviously, it's risky. But, you know, I wouldn't go too crazy with it. I just bet like 1 unit on it is like my track measurement. But however you guys feel comfortable.
Yeah, I was comfortable to jump on to Ketlin Souza at plus money, and I do believe the line shifted quick. She's now the betting favorite, and still 74% of Tapology picking Bruna Brazil. I'm on the Ketlin Souza side, Arkansas MMA. This is a great pick. I think she gets it done here. Let's hear from the others.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's a good pick. Souza is definitely the better side, the more output, more production. Brazil really doesn't have a lot of offense, and she's been knocked out in 3 of her 5 losses. So this is one that I'm probably going to look to play as well.
Oof. Not gonna lie, you guys. Hearing that kind of gets me a little worried. I do like her. I'm gonna probably have her in my predictions as well. To be honest, even before the line switch and everything, I was already kind of on her. I remember seeing her fight at the Sphere when she fought Jasmine Uruguay, I think. Maybe said the last name wrong.
Yeah.
But man, yeah, she hit her with a mean left or right and then literally got the sub right after. And I was just like, I'm going to pay attention to her. Pay attention. So, no, that's a very live bet. I think it's very good. I just hope it happens after the 2-minute 30 mark in the 3rd round for the over 2.5. But not even that. I agree with everything Arkansas said when it comes to the volume, even power. She does put way more output than Brazil. Even didn't Brazil like go to a decision with Molly McCann, or did she knock her out? I'm not sure, but yeah, I think Brazil for sure has a little bit of holes in her game to where Souza could exploit it. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, she went to a decision with Molly McCann, and she won.
Yeah, but see, like I don't know, like Brazil doesn't really like. She's not so aggressive, you know what I mean? She's not going to go after it. She'll kind of, stay at her range and her pace and everything because she has a little bit of good size and everything in the division. So, especially in this fight, but I don't know against Souza, who's going to be coming out there aggressive as hell, looking for that good punch. Can't deny someone like that.
Souza hits hard too. I think she's a much harder hitter. It's clear in this fight. Given the line change, she's on a 2-fight losing streak. I think the motivation's in the back pocket too. And in the losses for Bruna Brazil, she kind of got dominated to Lumaluk Bumi and Kong Wang Kong, who's on this card. So no matter what happens, if it's a decision inside the distance, I do like the now favorite Ketlin Souza. Now, AJ MMA, you're up next. Let's hear it.
Mm-hmm. What's up, you guys? So, yeah, I went for the prelim prop, I went just with Wang Kong. Reason being is because for Moria, her opponent, I just think that it's kind of like, one side has this and one side has that. Wang Kong is for sure going to have the striking ability. As long as she can just defend the takedowns and not get taken down by Moria, I think it's very live. Also, too, if you want to look at Moria's past fights, Denise Gomes, she looked very gas. Just like, right at the end of the fight, she just doesn't have that, that last minute strength to really just push through and kind of like showcase to get the win. For Wang Kong, I think just dominant striking, good footwork, defending the takedowns. Whether it's honestly second or third round, I can see a finish. And I even think for the 3 women's fights for this one, it's the one that has the least probability to go over 2.5. So with that being said, I really think Wayne Kong could dominate. When I saw it at 310 too, I thought that was actually pretty solid. I thought it maybe around like that 200, 180 mark. But I was just like, yeah, 310, that sounds like a good, juicy, nice little prop. Make some money this weekend.
That is juicy. 4 times your money on a girl that is going to dominate the fight. Eduardo Mora, in my opinion, is not at that level on the feet. She's going to be struggling in this one. Kong Wang is another girl that has way more power. She's a harder hitter. And like you mentioned, we could see another finish in this one. What do you think, Prelim Tim?
This one is a little scarier to me than the last one. I do have this as part of a parlay where I'm just trying to win a lot of money. But I think Mora is a good grappler. She's landed a lot of takedowns versus some pretty decent grapplers. Wang Kong isn't somebody we've really seen struggle with grappling, so it's hard to say there. But I do think we could see Mora have some success with takedowns. And she hasn't been knocked out, I don't think, in her career yet. And she's like 31 years old. So it's a little scary, but I do think this is probably Kong's best chance to win the fight is by a knockout, because she's definitely going to be throwing a lot more volume in the striking. So yeah, like I said, this is something I threw into a parlay, but not as confident as I am on the Souza pick.
There we go.
I think she could even win a decision in this fight, just with more volume, more damage as well. The knockout is a good play. It's a good number. The value's there. Definitely willing to take a sprinkle on the single bet. But I definitely think she's the right side and can win a decision quite easily. What do you think, Arkansas MMA?
Yeah, I'm excited to see this fight. I honestly don't really like Mora, to be honest with you. I've made some money on her in my career, but I think her style is just something that like the UFC is not going to reward anytime soon. And she hasn't shown improvements. I saw she missed weight today, so I was already thinking Kong Wong is like a safe parlay piece. I really thought that the fight to go the distance, when I saw it was like minus 160, and I was like, that's pretty low. So they must think something's up. Like they must think a finish is going to happen. And I was like, there's no way Mora's going to finish Kong Wong. I mean, maybe it's like a wild plus 2,000 kind of club, just club and sub. We've seen Kong Wong get dropped before. But if that's the case, if they think the fight's not going to go the distance and you're getting Kong Wong plus 300, I know Mora's tough, right? She seems like she can take a punch. I saw Gomes kind of beat her up pretty good. But this is a bigger girl. This girl's a lot better at striking, in my opinion, and she's due for a KO. I think Kong Wong's had a couple fights without one. So to get the plus 310, like AJ was saying, I think it should be close to the plus 200, maybe even less. So, yeah, I'd like to play it. Even maybe like a 2-3 prop. The only reason I stayed away from 2-3 is because I could see her just knock her out in the first round. She's that good.
I'm a lot more willing, after hearing you, to sprinkle down on Wang Kong by knockout. I'm loving it. AJ MMA and Arkansas MMA. I like it. Prelim Tim, are you more intrigued here?
No. I mean, I already talked about it. I think it's fine. It's something I have in a parlay, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like this one, to me, it might be a little bit closer, and I wouldn't be shocked to see Mora have some grappling success.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Agreed.
Now, for my prelim prop, I got a fight that was added here a little bit late. We got Nico Price as an opponent, and I don't believe in his durability, his striking at all here, especially early in the fight. I think Nikolay Vertenikov hits too hard, and he's due for a big win here. His record's not the best, but he has 9 knockouts, rarely goes the distance, and I think he is due for a big win off a loss, especially here in this fight. I'm really relying on Nico Price to not be durable and kind of go out like he did against Robbie Lawler here. He's getting old. He has a lot of kids to pay for, but I'm not banking on that. I don't think he's going for the bonus. He's more likely to, end up getting a bonus against, like, I think Nikolay Vertenikov is very live for 50K if you can set up a nice knockout here on the prelims. And maybe it's the fight of the night. Both of them get 50K, but I don't think the durability is going to hold up at all. Not at all. What do you boys think?
Yeah, this is one that I also have in a parlay, but the problem is that Valentinnikov hasn't gotten a knockout since we've seen him in the UFC. So it's kind of questionable if his 9 KOs previously are just because of his resume is lower competition. So that gives me a little bit of pause. But as you were saying, and you're correct, Nico Price doesn't seem durable at all anymore. The only fight that I bet him on in the last couple of years was against Alex Morono, and I won on that one because Morono is even probably less durable. I don't know if that's going to come up later in the show or not. But yeah, so I think betting against Price's durability is probably a good call.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing here, Prelim Tim. Betting against the durability of Nico Price. Yeah, I think that's the price is right in this one. Knockout. And it's not plus 220, it's plus 120 now. Looking at Bet365. AJ, Arkansas, what do you guys think? Whoever wants to go first.
Yeah, I got you. Oh man. So I'm not gonna lie, you guys. This one, like when the fight got announced, and I know it was like how, I know you said it was a little bit late, but when this fight got announced, I was really on just Nicolay just right off the bat. But then after doing a little bit more like tape study and seeing some things, one thing that gets me really worried in this fight, you guys, and just everybody out there, because a little caution, is that with both guys being the same age, 36 years old, and I know Nico Price's durability, like we just talked about, is not great at all. If he can get the wrestling going, that could just be a big problem. If you go watch Nicolay's last couple of fights, he just kind of accepts it. Against Soriano, I believe he did it like pretty much the whole fight. Kind of, you seen him getting a little bit upset. He was like, damn, this guy doesn't want to strike with me. But since Nico Price is a black belt jiu-jitsu, I think if he can somehow get it to the ground, survive the rounds, he could sneak away a win. But with that being said, though, I'm still going to have him in 1 or 2 parlays for this weekend because I do believe in him. And I actually don't believe in Nico Price. It's just strictly him having to get the wrestling going against a guy that can't defend it in what we've seen. But that's just like a very small percentage. I'd probably say like 70 to 30 out of 100. But I do like Nicolay overall. It's just that it gets me worried if Nico Price can get him down to the ground. That's it.
Arkansas, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, so I thought the same thing about Nico Price's chin. I thought it was dust. And he fought Jacoby Smith, that jacked wrestler. I think he's from Oklahoma State or something, the new guy. He's fighting Ko, I think, next week or something. I'm excited to see that fight. But I was like telling all my friends, bet this guy, he's going to knock him out. And I don't know. Honestly, I was so excited, and I bet a lot of money on it. Obviously, I lost. He won by submission. So I haven't gone back and watched that fight, but I just remember thinking, holy hell, like maybe I was wrong about this guy's chin. And I've gone back and watched the Robbie Lawler fight because I'm like, was that like a fixed fight? Did he really get knocked out like that? And he definitely got hit pretty good. And Robbie Lawler, I think, is obviously a better striker than Jacoby Smith. So I think his chin is still questionable. I think it's probably not getting better. So I like this. I think this is like a nice spot for Vertenikov. My only concern is that, like AJ said, is that the Nico Price could wrestle here. Nico Price's decision was like plus 650, and I was like, honestly, I don't want any part of Nico Price at this point. So I like the Vertenikov KO. I think if you're going to play this fight, that's the only bet. But yeah, I honestly wouldn't mind staying away if you're not confident. This is a crazy kind of last minute fight. This is one of the most exciting fights on the card, in my opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion, I only think Nico Price stands a chance if this fight starts off on the ground. And we all know this fight starts off on the feet, a striking fight. I got to go Vertenikov KO.
Yeah,
So-
just real quick about the wrestling. I'm looking at it. Nico Price never lands takedowns. He landed a bunch of takedowns against Alex Morono, but before that and since then he barely ever lands a takedown. So I'm not too worried about that happening.
Cool.
Prelim Tim, the prelim.
Okay.
King. What do you got?
Yeah, this is probably my least confident one though, and it's kind of just more of a bet against Priscilla Cachoeira. I think she's 10 years older than Sigola, and I just don't think she has much to her game anymore besides trying to do as much damage as she can. So I trust Sigola to have just more process and more output, and I'm hoping the 10-year age difference and just that I feel like Cachoeira is just probably done. And if she doesn't win by finish, I just don't really see her winning this fight. So, but I do think she's tough enough to probably survive. And we haven't seen enough grappling from Sigola to really expect her to win that way. And that's really what Cachoeira's had her weakness with when she gets finished is by good grappling. So I'm just going to go decision here, but I'm going to bet against Zombie Girl.
Okay. I'll hedge with this. I don't know why I took a women's MMA fight again as a dog of the week. Said I wasn't going to do it, but I did it.
It's not a bad dog on this card. There's not a lot of great dogs.
Yeah, well, she could be on the way out, and from what we've seen in the last fight, I mean, she went down pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she could get dominated in this fight. The prettier girl could win, but I talked about it on my full card prediction show. I'll talk about it again later here. Boys, what do you think? Arkansas? Is this a good play?
I love. What'd you say?
Is this a good play?
Yeah, I think this is something Tim should be a little bit more confident in. But at the same time, how confident can you be in low level? Oh, that's disrespectful because she would probably kick my ass. But, first live stream, I'm talking crap about women's MMA. No, I think she's young and she has a lot of room to improve, and we've already seen that in her young career. And I really like Claudia Segulia. She made me a lot of money as a big underdog her last fight. I was like, this is crazy. So I'm excited for her. I actually did bet her money line, so I think she's going to win. The only concern I have is I don't know how she wins. Like Priscilla Cachoeira's chin. This is normally a spot I would love Priscilla Cachoeira in, and this is just something I think you're getting a discount on Segulia because we know how good Cachoeira is, and we haven't seen it from Segulia yet. But realistically, I think she wins this fight like 2 out of 3 times. I don't know how she wins it. Maybe it's a knockout, maybe it's a submission. I think she could get some grappling going. I think she could be beating her on the feet, but I don't know if she'll be able to finish her because Priscilla Cachoeira, I've seen her take quite a beating from better fighters. So that's why I'm liking Tim's bet at the decision at almost plus 200.
All right. I like to hear that.
Yeah, showcase fight or the dog is barking in the first fight of the night. AJ, what's your side on this one?
No, I agree with all you guys. Yeah, for sure. One thing too about Segulia, she also transitioned for this camp. She went to Florida and now she's at American Top Team down there, I believe. So I think she's taking her training a little bit more serious. And with that being said, I think for sure she'll kind of maybe display a little bit more like compared to the last fight. I think she'll for sure maybe get the takedowns going because the thing about Zombie Girl that gets me a little bit worried because the other chick did really good, or she did really good against the other girl that she fought. I forgot who it was for Zombie Girl, but she was just able to get the jab going. And the jab was just really nice. So hopefully that doesn't damage Segulia. I mean, I love her pretty face, you know. So
She is cute.
yeah, so especially for being in the UFC. So I give her a lot of credit. And just from what I've seen from her page is like she's about it. She takes it serious. So I think this weekend the fruit of her labors will show. And yeah, but I can see a decision. I think she could just dominate because Zombie Girl's a tough woman. Like Brandon was saying, it's hard to like put her out. So I can for sure see a decision. So yeah, for sure. Got to be a little bit more confident with it. And yeah, I think it's good.
What was the fight you're referring to with her getting the jab going? Josiane Nunez, possibly?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that girl's defense is just bad, though. So hopefully that won't be the same thing this time.
Yeah, she got that uppercut going.
Yeah, that was a crazy fight, though.
and it looks like
I was very surprised.
It looks like Fight Fiends the only one taking the Zombie Girl. No surprise here.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't think it's a bad dog on this card. Like I have one underdog pick, and that's the only one that I have. So
Live every event, Prop Fiends. Arkansas, AJ, welcome back anytime. Hopefully they don't get scared away after this one. So far, so good, in my opinion. But for them, that's a different story. And they got lots of good props and many stories to tell before this show ends. And before you go, and while you're here, put hashtag F3 in the comment section. Chance to win $50 next event. We're doing the giveaway wheel, fair and square. We're going to be sharp. Let's keep it going. We got Arkansas MMA starting off the main card. Props of the week. Ahoo!
Yeah, I'm really excited for this fight. I've been a big fan of Batista for a while. I made a lot of money on him the last couple fights, whether it was Umar's spread or him versus Jose Aldo or the fight after that. God, who did he fight in between that? I'm blanking.
Patchy Mix.
Patchy Mix. Oh my gosh, got an underdog there. Underdog versus the fight before that, Ricky Simone. And then he fought Damon Blackshear on a week's notice. And I was like, Blackshear's cardio is not going to hold up. And I took him like pick 'em odds. It was one of my bigger bets in my life. And he just cruised the second and third round. So yeah, I've been a big fan of Batista for a while. So this is kind of a tough bet for me to make, if that makes sense. I've been liking it for a while. I haven't gotten down on his money line yet, just because it's been steamed the wrong way, if that makes sense. I was really interested earlier in the week at 150, 160, but I think Oliveira has a really good chance to put Batista out early. I just think their fight styles, Batista, if you look at his strength of schedule, it's pretty low. Yeah, he might have some bigger names on there like Aldo and Patchy Mix and Umar Nurmagomedov, but I don't think any of them brought a threat that Vinicius Oliveira is going to bring. And I really think that it's been pretty nice in terms of betting on Oliveira. His first couple fights in the UFC, you've had pretty good prices. He's been an underdog in most of his fights, if not close to a pick'em as a slight favorite. And he's been almost knocking these guys out. Like Kyler Phillips, he brutally was landing some nasty shots, and Kyler's tough. The fight before that, Ricky Simone, was that, maybe I'm speaking out of turn, was that the exact fight before that, or was there another fight?
He also fought, I think, a younger fighter we haven't seen in a while, but Sopaj.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was losing that fight though at one point.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing I took away from that, is because he was really getting beat up, and he really took a beating, and he was like cardio dumped, and that other guy kind of cardio dumped. I just don't think the cardio is going to be a factor here for Batista. That's why I'm kind of waiting to bet the money line. I think the inside the distance round 1-2 KO props are pretty good, but this is a pretty nice line for someone who's going to be coming out. And Mario's been hurt before. Vinicius has been hurting these guys he's been fighting lately, but they haven't been as chinny as I think Batista can be. And I think Batista is a little overhyped from, all the wins he's had. But like I said, nobody he's fought has kind of put the danger that I like the way Oliveira strikes. He really puts danger at like your legs. So you're thinking about your calves, and he's really just throwing constant hooks and big power punches. So you're thinking about your head. And I don't think Batista is going to be able to constantly be able to stay in that pocket like he wants to. And he's going to get pressured against the fence, and Oliveira is going to catch him. Sorry, I went on for like 10 minutes on this one.
No, that's good. That's good. My only worry is Vincius, like you mentioned, the cardio dump. How does it look in 5 rounds? I know Batista, I have a little bit more faith in him for 5 rounds. I think the strength of competition is a little bit better. And I think there was a reason why Vincius was the underdog. I mean, the bookies always have a feeling that he's not going to win. Maybe it was always a setup trap, but, I'm definitely questioning him here in this main event spot. He's a good fighter, but I feel like it's knock it or bust under 1.5 rounds. After that, I think Batista starts to take over after a big fight with Umar Nurmagomedov, where we almost seen that finish. I think Batista has a big statement fight here. And looking at where they're training too, Batista's been at a big camp MMA lab, and I think they know what's going on here. I think the game plan for Oliveira is just too obvious. He seems like a guy that's one-dimensional, pretty easy to read, where Batista's, he has more paths to victory, in my opinion. And it's one hell of Apex card to start off the year, but yeah, definitely stumbled on this one. Prelim Tim, AJ, what do you guys think? Can you lean me one way or the other?
I'm gonna save most of my breakdown for this for later. You'll understand why soon. But I agree with stuff that both of you said. I think it is a good point that Batista hasn't really faced anybody that brings the kind of danger that Oliveira does. I think that's true. And
So true.
maybe Batista's resume is not that great, actually, if you look at it either. But I think it's probably better than Oliveira's is. And I kind of agree on the cardio being on Batista's side and that maybe being an issue in a long fight. So if it ends inside the distance, then you could be right, Arkansas. But yeah, I'll talk more about this in a bit.
Sounds good.
AJ, what's up, down under?
So to be honest, I think it's a really good bet because like how you guys were saying, Oliveira in the first 1 or 2 rounds, he can literally probably put out Batista because he's going to probably be power bombing, going for those good shots and everything. And to be honest, we haven't really seen, but like you guys were saying, we haven't really seen Bautista like take like a good beating. Everyone that he's fought like Patchy Mix and Jose Aldo was old. And so it's just like going to this fight. And also I think he might be a little bit more bigger than Mario coming in. So I just think if he could weather the storm and then just kind of like you guys were saying, take control of the fight, make sure that he can kind of just do his thing and implement his game plan because, you know, he has one. And I think he could really just take over. But I think for this one, especially being the main event, I think it can go either Oliveira really quick and early, or it's going to be Bautista just slowly taking over and then just getting like a really good decision. Seems motivated. He did want to get, he just said this week, he really wants to get that Corey Sandhagen fight back. So, you know, I don't think he's looking past, but I just think like with a guy like that, especially given Umar Nurmagomedov pretty much his toughest fight in the UFC. Yeah, I would say he has a really good chance. And Oliveira just hasn't really been like tested, in my opinion. He just let the other names just, I don't know, kind of cruise by. So I think it's going to be a great main event. And you guys want to know something really crazy about this one?
Yes.
If you guys were to go to StubHub, I think they literally got tickets for about $200, $300.
Grab them.
We'll take it. So,
if you're in the area.
Yeah, if you're in the area, you can go to a really cool Apex card for not that bad of money compared to other events.
Yeah, really. I haven't seen UFC tickets like that in a long time either.
Especially right now. So yeah, just for a single ticket, I think it was going for a good like $380. So I mean, yeah. Not too bad.
Not too bad. We got Batista here. Slight favorite, 65% on him. Go pick up some tickets if you're in the area. If I was in the area, I would, but I think the flight there would be more expensive for me. Maybe not worth the while for a banger main event, Batista and Oliveira, but just not worth my money. I'm all the way in PEI Canada in the Maritimes. Prelim Tim, where are you from?
Well, right now I live in Orlando, Florida, but I'm from New York originally, and I just recently was in New York City for 16 years. And then, so like going to the UFC in New York City, you're paying like $500 to $700 to sit on the roof, basically. So it's definitely not, it's definitely not $200. So that's nice.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, right. I'm a New Yorker, but right now I'm in Florida.
The Bronx, Arkansas, where you at?
Not the Bronx.
I'm originally from California, but I'm living up in Oregon right now.
Nice.
Wait.
Go
So
Ducks.
is your name? Is it? Do you like Bryce Mitchell, or what is it about?
I mean, I probably can't say that publicly anymore. I mean, I've always loved Bryce Mitchell. Like, and one of the funniest things, and this is kind of where I got my name from, was like the viral thing where he was like, if you put a mic in front of my face, I'm gonna say Arkansas, and that was my favorite thing for like 2 years. And so I was like trying to create a page for years, and I was like, I don't know what to call it. And I finally one day I was like, I just got to start posting my bets. So I was like, I'll just call it Arkansas MMA, and because there's like there's no like MMA in Arkansas, so there's not like a gym that's already called MMA. It's only Bryce Mitchell, so I figured that'd be easy.
That's actually pretty smart. I like that. That's a good one. I never.
Yeah, that's really funny. We followed each other for a while, and I always just assumed you were from Arkansas.
Yeah. No, dude, the first couple weeks, like, dude, I had some great comments. Someone's like, your picks suck. You're just some fucking hick from Arkansas.
Yeah, those were the best, man. OG Bryce Mitchell. Doug
Oh,
Dash.
yeah. He's great. Yeah.
My favorite. AJ, where you at? And then let us know where you at with this main card prop.
Yeah, I got you guys. I'm originally from California, San Francisco area, Bay Area, but I moved out to Las Vegas. So yeah, that's why. Yeah, these Apex, or I'm able to go to some events and everything. Like, yeah, it's really cool because I know UFC is like, and Las Vegas is like pretty much like the motherland for UFC. So pretty grateful for that. And then yeah. But yeah, going for this main card prop, man. Yeah, so I honestly think I was talking to my buddy, and trust me when I say, but he's not really big on the Bachelorette brothers, even though it's just the one, as we all know. But I think for this one, because what is Fareed Bachelorette? Is he like isn't he 12-0? If I'm correct.
Yeah. Where is that?
Something like that. Maybe 13, 14 now.
I know Tim. I know Tim got it real quick. He's a man.
Yeah, hold on. Sorry. 14-0.
Oh, so he's 14-0. Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's kind of time. I also think it's gonna kind of take for Fareed Bachelorette to lose. I think he's gonna kind of have like a bad day, like not really have the performance that we're all thinking about, especially being at like a -310, I believe. I also just think for Gene Matsumoto, like we've seen him be battle tested really good. The Miles Johns fight, even though he won, that was like a very close fight. I would even say maybe Miles Johns did enough to win, but because I was a split decision, and yeah, so I had Gene Matsumoto in a bet. He won me a good couple tickets, so I've been real appreciative of him. And I'm also just kind of doing this off a limb. Shout out to my brother Sean, but I was gonna say I think for Gene Matsumoto, he's gonna probably really get the hands going. Kind of give Fareed Bachelorette something that he hasn't really seen, like just some good techniques. And then also, like I said, I think he's gonna probably just have like maybe an off day, but you can't bank on that, especially with just how these guys are. For Gene Matsumoto, I don't think the money line should be that wide either. I think it should be a closer 200. I think he's 19-1 on his record, and I think he's either 2 years older or 2 years younger than Fareed Bachelorette. But either way, I think he's experienced enough in a fight to like know what to do, kind of push the gas tank. I personally think also too, like I honestly do. I think he beat Rob Font. Like I was kind of hurt. So
Me too. Yeah, I thought he beat him.
I honestly
No.
I thought I did enough in the second and third
Pretty
round.
sure I had money on Gene though, so
Exactly.
just saying.
Yeah, I think it's a good live bet. Also, too, last thing I'll mention, I think if you also just look at the placement of how the fights can go, there's going to be not that many underdogs, and I think that could just be a sneaky one in just to start off the main card.
Yeah, I got a sneaky underdog later. We'll talk about it. But for me, I'm taking a Fareed Bachelorette decision on this one, but I do believe in Gene Matsumoto a lot, like you mentioned. And to be honest, I see this fight going to a split decision and Fareed squeezing it out, just being more technical. Yeah, Gene just has a lot of value at this price, especially by a decision. The kid is 17-1, and I think it should be like a 50-50 fight.
17-1. Cool.
And he's 2 years younger, too. Like, he has more experience in the bag. His ceiling is pretty high. At the same time, Fareed has a high ceiling, but I just think Gene Matsumoto might be here a little bit longer. Bachelorette brothers are not the most active either.
True.
Active, you mean as in like how often they fight, or how much offense they put out?
How active they fight. They fight like once a year, and their prospects like you need to fight like 2, 3, 4 times a year, and they're fighting once a year.
Yeah.
Going the distance. It's like, yeah, that's impressive. I'd rather Gene Matsumoto to win this fight, to be honest, but yeah, I did pick Fareed by a decision. What do you think, Prelim Tim? Honestly speaking on this one.
Yeah, this is another one I am going to talk about in a bit. I guess I could get some of it out now. My biggest thing about this is that Basharat has a 60% striking defense rate, which is like super high. There's almost nobody you're going to see on any of the other cards that have that kind of defense. Some people like that are Eamon Zahabi, like people that like really limit the amount of times they get hit. And if you look at Matsumoto's fights, all of them are really close in terms of the striking numbers. So if you have somebody that's very good at limiting how much they get hit, it makes sense to me that he should be able to, if it goes to decision, come out on top. And he's also won most of his fights by decision. So I'm going the other way, but that's coming soon.
Arkansas?
Yeah, I gotta say, I think there's a lot of value here. I do really like. Am I muted? Can you hear me?
No, I
hear you.
Perfect. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I think Gene Matsumoto here is one of my favorite prospects. I've made a lot of money on him. I thought Rob Font kind of cheap shot at him, and that kind of stole the first round. Remember they touched gloves, and then he just dropped him.
Move. Little dirty birdie.
So in that sense, I did bet Gene Matsumoto there, and I thought he won. But looking back, like Rob Font basically stole that round. So you have to give that round to Rob, and in that sense, Rob won that fight. But I also bet on him again against Miles Johns, and I thought, I know it's pretty close. Probably could go either way. My whole thing is that the big thing that Tim just mentioned, he's in a lot of dog fights. He's in a lot of these close fights that are back and forth, and he's taking damage, which is it's cool. It's fun to watch, but Farid is not taking a lot of punches. So I think Gene's edge is if he does land, he will be the more damaging person. And so that's why I kind of like this value. I don't think he's going to finish Farid at all. It's not like he's that big of he doesn't have that much power, but maybe he could steal rounds, make things close. To be honest with you, I was looking at like Farid Basharat decision. It's just like a no-brainer. But it's like pretty chalked, and I don't want to bet that because I think Gene Matsumoto could win this. So I was looking at Gene Matsumoto's spread, but I'm also like Farid Basharat's so good, so maybe he just barely edges these rounds, and they're close, but he just wins, 30-27. So I do want to stay away from this fight, but this is a great bet if you're looking towards Gene Matsumoto because I don't think he's going to win by knockout or submission here. Farid's too good.
Yeah, you mentioned the spread. I would definitely look at parlaying that. I think Gene can at least steal a round here in what will be a close fight, bound to go to the judges' scorecards. Yeah, with the next one, I'm cooking up with Dustin Jacoby to knock out the Juice Box. Juice Box absolutely sucks. He sucks. Man, look at his level of competition. Absolutely terrible. Went with a split decision in his debut. Congrats to you. Alonzo Menifield's pretty low output. Yeah, he's powerful. Wasn't the best version of Alonzo I seen that night. And Julius was lucky in that one to go to a split decision. In this one, I think Jacoby is ready to go. Yeah, he was supposed to fight in Australia. He's had to travel, but I think he hits way too hard. He's too explosive. He's a kickboxer. That's his origin. And he's going to go out here and absolutely destruct the Juice Box. Take it how you want it. Take it how you want it. I think it's round one. Absolutely sucks. What do you think, Prelim Tim?
Jacoby is the guy that I've liked in the past. I feel like he's kind of getting over the hill a little bit. This is a fight that I'm not going to touch myself, but if I was going to take a side, it would be Jacoby. And the knockout's not a bad look. I don't know. I feel like I don't know enough about Julius Walker yet to really feel confident that he's going to get finished. But yeah, this fight's not for me. Not a bad bet, though.
Arkansas, do you like Dustin Jacoby this week?
I absolutely love this bet. I almost gave this out myself, so yes. I'm excited for it. I think like you, it could be round one. I'm looking at Dustin Jacoby's wins lately, and I'm like, damn, he's been knocking everybody out. Maybe I'm just like overthinking it. I started watching some film, and I'm like, no, man, I really think he's got the edge striking. I bet his money line at -185. It went the other way, so I kind of like that when the line goes against me. It means people are betting the other side. There's been some sketchy line movement in the past. If the line was moving against me, and I bet Isaac Dolgarian, maybe I'm concerned, but Yeah, I think Dustin Jacoby, this is his fight to lose. I think people are overthinking his age. Obviously, I'm concerned with it, and he's old, but I think he should be minus 300 here. I think this KO should be plus 100, maybe. I would put it at probably pick him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, not high on the guys that Julius Walker fought. He beat Rafael Soqueira in a decision in his last fight by a decision. Like I just said, by a decision. He was a 6-1 favorite in that one. Like, not impressive. His wins pre-UFC, 20-11, 7-5, 0-3, 3-5, 0-1, and they're all early finishes. Good luck going toe-to-toe with Dustin Jacoby. Hey, Jay, what are you thinking on this one, man?
Yeah, I'm with you guys on everything you said. Oh, I also think too to mention that's pretty cool. During like the interviews and everything that came out this week, he mentioned that him and Julius Walker used to train together in the past, and so like he's for sure seen him a little bit, so he's coming in prepared. Also too, I think Dustin Jacoby had someone even like more competitive before this fight. I think he was scheduled on UFC 325 against Jimmy Crute, if I'm correct. And probably prepping for that. That guy is a little bit more different than Julius Walker. So yeah, money line being around like 205, and then coming at a plus 160. I think it's really good. I think he can get him out of there quick. Defend maybe the takedowns if he really gets scared and hurts him. And yeah, I think he could probably get it done. Probably first round, but I can also see it, ending in the second.
Do you guys know why that fight got canceled? I personally don't.
I think Jimmy Crute got hurt or tore his ACL or something sad. Yeah, there was a video that came out like a month ago.
Yeah, he tore his ACL. Yeah,
that's good because he was probably going to lose, in my opinion. And in Australia, that would not have been good.
No, yeah, I like Jimmy Crute.
I do like Jimmy.
I like Jimmy, and I've torn my ACL, so I feel bad for him.
Really? I got stitches on my arsehole once, like almost like in the crack. It was pretty bad.
I tore it in a mosh pit, actually. Somebody fell on the back of my leg in a mosh pit, and I screwed my knee all up. Yeah, it was rough. I was like 18 years old.
There's bound to be an injury in this fight.
True.
There is. Prelim Tim, is this an injury on AJ MMA's pick?
Yeah, I hope so. Because this is like my most confident pick. That's why I'm paying up for this. It's not even a plus money bet, so I have to be confident in it. So I titled my YouTube video for this "Death, Taxes, and Basharat by Decision." So I already basically talked about why I think it's going to happen. He has a very good striking accuracy offensively. He has very good striking defense. He doesn't absorb a lot of strikes. He's never absorbed 50 significant strikes in a single UFC fight, and he's had a lot of fights now. He's never even taken 50 significant strikes. So you're not going to find a lot of people like that. I believe he's 7-1 by decision. Matsumoto also goes to decision a lot, so I think there's a good chance that this fight goes long. And like I said before, Matsumoto is in a lot of close fights. So if Basharat is eliminating the offense that he's absorbing, then I like his chances of winning.
I like his chances. We already talked about this one, so let's get straight to it. Comment hashtag F3 if you want a chance to win $50. Next event, we're giving out $50 each and every event. Live each and every event, the Prop Fiends. Like I said before, hopefully we didn't scare away Arkansas MMA and AJ MMA. I mean, hopefully we didn't scare them away. Fiends and forecasters. We're starting it off with Arkansas on the value props.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. And no, definitely not. You didn't scare me away. This is a lot of fun. So I'd be excited to come back if you guys would have me. To be honest with you guys, I bet this at minus 130 myself. That's what I gave it out on my page. So by the time you asked me to give them the props, it was already plus 110. So I figured, tell everyone plus 110. But I was willing to bet it at chalk. I thought it should be minus 175 or higher. I know that's a lot for a round 1 KO. To be honest with you, I don't see any other way this fight goes. I just think it's kind of like a car crash in the middle. Both guys have a lot of power. One guy has a chin, and maybe Barrial can wrestle. I don't think he will. I think Oleksiejczyk's just going to be able to stuff him and just body shots. My concern is that Oleksiejczyk sometimes he just waddles. He just kind of does, like, he doesn't throw punches, but he kind of gets in the pocket and reads. And then once you kind of gas out after like a minute or 2 or 3 minutes, like you're just so exhausted from feeling the pressure of him, then he really starts to let up. So I think maybe it'll kind of be later in the first round is my only, I hate these kind of round 1 bets, right? If I'm going to bet a finishing prop, I like to bet the finish itself or like a round 1, round 2. This one, I'm putting everything in the middle. I'm going round 1, KO, not sub, not round 2. I'm pretty confident. I love the plus odds here. So I think you guys should all bet it.
Listen, I'm a huge Oleksiejczuk fan, especially with the move to Fighting Nerds. And before, I would be all chips in on this one for round 1 KO, but unfortunately, Fight Fiend has been burned before in the round 1 KO prop. Not comfortable doing it. But he is my lock of the week. And I'm Canadian. I'm betting against Marc-Andre Barriault with extreme confidence, and I do honestly think it ends round 1. I would be shocked. If he doesn't knock him out round 1. I think the takedown defense much improved. The striking differential on the feet, huge gap. Marc-Andre Barriault, his durability, I don't know if it's going to hold up here. I mean, he's been knocked out before, and I think it's going to happen again. Oleksiejczuk is going to make a statement fight here. It's a showcase for Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, and I think it is round 1 KO. But I do have a fun hedge bet on this play a little bit later. I'll talk about it later. Prelim Tim, how you feeling?
Yeah, so Barriault's a guy that I used to love to bet to win by a decision, or just his money line, because his money line would always be reasonably priced, and he actually had a really good run just like a couple years ago. But I think he is old now. He just lost to Dustin Solfus, which is not a good loss. And Oleksiejczyk's looked really good. And Arkansas, you were saying that maybe Barriault wrestles, but I think Oleksiejczyk's a better wrestler. If one of them is going to wrestle, I'm not really worried about that at all. So I don't know. Was just knockout? Was that not even plus money?
Definitely not.
Earlier in the week, it was minus 200, and then I saw a minus 250 KO straight up.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I see why you did this. So this isn't a bad bet. I probably will follow this, too, if that's as bad as the numbers are, because I also think that this is probably the way this fight goes. Maybe if they give you a better price for round 2, maybe I sprinkle on both. But, yeah, Barriault seems like he's fading, and Oleksiejczuk is definitely looking probably the best he has. And I mean, look at those ears in that picture. He definitely has some grappling. I'm jealous.
He's working
for some
on
reason. My ears don't get it. I've done a lot of grappling in my life, and my ears look mostly fine. So I don't know what this guy's done, but that looks like somebody that's been on the mat. Anyway, I think it's a good bet.
By the look of the odds, I don't think this one's hitting the mat. AJ, what do you think?
Yeah, I like this one a lot too. I'm riding for that first round TKO. I remember like the last. I think I had that Shara and Mark bet. I think I had it under 1.5 between those two, and I think it went over and everything. So for this one, I really wanted to go under 1.5, so I'm banking on that first round TKO. I can see it happening in the second, but coming in as fresh as he is, I think it would have to happen in the first round. And I think it's a pretty good one. I have it on the takeover parlay, so I'm feeling really confident with it. Pretty much like a lock, and I think he'll get the job done with ease. Honestly, whether if it's striking or if it comes to worse, he can get it down to the ground and just dominate. So I feel good about it as well.
So definitely a decision. Mikhail Oleksiejczuk minus 500 favorite. Everyone picking him by knockout, by a decision. If he does not get the knockout. I mean, how many times have we seen this? Everyone's betting someone by knockout. He goes out there and gets the decision win, and he's a huge favorite. The decision's sitting at like 7-1, 6-1 odds. I am not playing around this week. We're at the Apex. I'm taking Mikhail Oleksiejczuk by a decision. I'm not thinking twice. Share a bullet went to a decision, like you just mentioned with Marc-Andre Barriault. The wrestling is definitely better for Marc-Andre Barriault in this fight. I think Mikhail showcases himself by a decision, improving on his grappling, not getting the knockout and cashing out those bets, cashing in here at big plus money. What do you guys think? Let's keep on the Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, Marc-Andre Barriault subject.
Hold on, I'm just trying to.
Yeah. Hold up.
I just don't know why you think his grappling's better. But,
that was a lot, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think Oleksiejczuk's a better grappler. Let me just.
I brought the heat. What do you guys think?
I'm trying to pull up.
One thing that I thought was really funny that you said is that it's in the apex, but the apex is a smaller cage compared to the other.
True.
So yeah, they're gonna be in there a little bit more.
All right, so
all the more reason to take that round one. I feel like it's one or the other. Like he can't miss on Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. He's a lock of the week.
It's not a bad bet.
Is it round one KO? Is it decision?
I think the best thing about that bet is that Barriault is 5-6 by decision. So if it does go to decision, he doesn't seem like he's very good at winning them.
No.
So and you're getting a very big number for it. So that's 2 points towards your bet.
Yeah, like I said, I've seen this happen way too many times. Like you guys all have seen it before. Like each and every week, everyone losing a parlay because of the knockout not hitting when someone definitely should have got it. Like I at least want this in my back pocket. At minimal, this has to be in my back pocket.
I just want to say, so I'm with you 100%, and that's why I put all my chips on the round one and KO. Because if it doesn't happen then, I don't want to be a part of maybe a round two. Because Barriault, like we were talking about Nico Price earlier, I'm not sure about his chin. Like maybe it's one of these weird chins where he just got hit weird a couple times and went out. But like my other thing is, I'm concerned about Share Bullet. Like I feel like he bets on all his fights or tells his friends to bet his fights because the overs be hitting in his fights like all the time, and it's like, does he really try to knock somebody out? I feel like he plays with his food, so I think we're getting a good line because of that recency bias. But at the same time, I'm not 100% sure about Barrett's chin, so I'm not like throw all your money on this. But like, if you're gonna bet this fight, bet the first round KO is my thing.
Yeah, it's plus money too, like you said. If you got in early enough, it was plus money. And I still would lay the chalk, even in the parlay, like lay the chalk, round one KO. If not, you can hedge bet on this decision. We'll run it back to AJ's value prop. We already talked about it, so we can talk about this one quick.
Yep.
I'd be quick with her. Holy fuck.
No, yeah, I just
I thought I was muted. Shit. Fuck's sakes.
You're good. But no, yeah, like we talked about, I think Sergio's going to American Top Team. I think the wrestling's really good over there, and I think she's just gonna implement that more in her game. The Russian chick, Ivana Alaskov or whatever her name was, she's out the UFC now, unfortunately. But what do you call it? Yeah, she was getting hit pretty good too, so she does have decent striking from what I've seen. But yeah, the takedowns were where it was at, and I think going into this one. It's also like between this fight and also I think the Kong and Moria fight, like the money lines are very low for the over 2.5. So I think there's some good value in that, because most of them should be at the Souza in Brazil. Sorry to get a little bit sidetracked, but I think just this fight has that potential of going to a decision and just having a good payday.
Heyday. How you doing, AJ? Glad you're here. Third time's a charm. I said that, eh? Third time's a charm.
Third time.
Let's go. Let's get it. We're gonna get some money this week. Fight Fiends and forecasters. The boys are here. The Fiends are here. Prelim Tim, the Prelim King, is here on the value props. And this one is pretty good.
All right. So this you can actually get at plus 230 now, which is the last I saw it at anyways. For somebody that's a favorite in the fight, and I think this is definitely his most likely outcome, I think we're getting a good number at more than 2-1, especially now if it's still plus 230. But so I took it at plus 210 earlier in the week. We already basically went over this. I think I didn't talk about it too much because I said I was going to. So I think that he's fought better people than Oliveira, even if he hasn't really fought people as dangerous as Oliveira, as Arkansas was saying before. I do think he has the stronger resume of the two. I also think he has the cleaner style, whereas Oliveira is just he's very violent and very dangerous, but he
Sound alarm.
but he wings from like his hips and stuff like that. He throws a lot of wild shots. He's very reckless and kind of chaotic in the cage. Batista's more straightforward, and he's at a very consistent pace. And speaking of pace, I think if the fight goes long, which is his potential for 5 rounds, I think it benefits Batista the longer the fight goes. So maybe he is in a close fight, maybe he gets hurt early, but I think he takes it as it gets into what they refer to as the championship rounds. So yeah, so that's why I'm on this one. I think we're getting a pretty decent number for it.
Am I crazy to think Batista could win by finish? I mean, on the ground, he has a lot of submissions. Showed us against Umar Nurmagomedov, a guy that can usually defend it pretty good, stop the reversals, takedowns, etc. Like, Batista was some close in that fight. And I think Vincius is a huge step down. Like, if that position happens in this fight, it's prosecuted. And we get paid. Submission, Batista. But maybe I'm crazy, which I know I am. So, what do you think, Arkansas? You're more straight and edge.
Yeah, I think you're pretty crazy. No, I'm kidding.
No, I wouldn't disagree.
No, I honestly, that was my first read on this fight was fight doesn't go the distance, because I thought, okay, from what I saw, Vinicius Oliveira, he's gotten knocked out a bunch of times. The first fight I saw him was Sopage, and he was getting ragdolled kind of a little bit, getting beat up. I went back and watched that fight. He got hit pretty hard. And I don't think Mario's going to be able to hit him that hard. And he survived. He was out of it. Don't get me wrong. Kyler Phillips hurt him. Saeed hurt him. He's been out of it a couple times in the UFC, but I've seen him hit pretty hard recently from people I think hit harder than Batista. So I kind of stayed away from the inside the distance, both sides. I think the chalk, especially it's under 4.5, is minus 145. I was like, if it was plus odds, I might think about it, but I might even stay away. And like I said, I like Vinicius inside the distance, but I don't see Mario being able to finish it, even with the cardio concerns. I don't think he's got the power to hurt him. Even if he gets on top, I think Vinicius's cardio is I think Vinicius's cardio is better than people are giving him credit for. I think he'll hold up. Even if he does get grappled, he knows what he's doing on the ground. He can take a punch. I don't see a KO on the feet by Mario. I don't see a KO on the ground. If anything, you guys remember that fight between Fluffy and Michelle Pajera? And it's like for 25 minutes, you're like, this is going to end any minute now.
Yeah.
I think if it gets to that point, it might be like round 4 or 5, Mario's winning. But I think the first 2 rounds are going to be close. If Batista doesn't get finished, then round 3 is going to be great. And I think Batista's probably going to win the last maybe 2 rounds for sure, maybe the last 3. But I could honestly see Oliveira win a decision. So if you're getting the favorite at these plus odds, a decision, I think it's a good bet, especially now that it's 230, 240, whatever you said.
Yeah, if this one goes the distance, I think the only way to look is Batista inside the distance, under 1.5, under 2.5. The only way to look might be Vincius Oliveira. AJ MMA, final opinion on this one?
Man, for this one, I think we talked about it earlier, like Tim said. I kind of agree that Oliveira could just get it done in the early rounds, but then Batista would really just thrive in the later on. I actually don't want to go too far to say you're not too crazy for thinking Mario could get the bet, but that's only if
thank God.
But the only way that happens if Oliveira just gasses himself out, and that would probably be in like the 4th or 5th round. He just kind of just like gets finished by like nothing crazy. He just goes to the ground and Mario just does whatever's necessary to get him pulled off. That kind of scenario. But other than that, I think honestly Mario can just thrive. Just thrive in this fight. Vinicius even said this week too, he's a boring fighter, which I mean he's not boring, but I mean he does enough to control the fight, I think, and not get hurt too much and win. So I think that's what his game plan is going to be in this one. Weather the storm and then try just try to take control, and I think he will in this one. I'm gonna probably go with Mario as my decision for this one.
Batista bomb. Prop Fiends live every event. I don't think we scared the boys away. We were entertained and electric the whole event. We're live each and every event, and we are giving out $50 motherfucking dollars each and every event. Fair and square giveaway wheel. I think that's fair and square. Now this week we got a lot of people live on the show watching. Could give out another 50. Not doing the $100 giveaway anymore. But you got to stay forecasted. You got to smash that like button. Come back next week, and we're going to have another special guest, and hopefully it's Arkansas or AJ. Maybe it's both of them. All right. Live every event. Fellas, let the people know where they can check you out this week, your socials, your links, and I will add them to this video. And for everybody else, while they talk, make sure you put hashtag F3 in the comment section to get that $50. Come on. Arkansas, socials, links.
Yeah,
let them know.
I'll type them in there. It's just Arkansas MMA bets. I mostly just use Instagram and Twitter. I'm kind of getting old, so I try to stay off social media all the time. But I really love UFC, and I try to post my at least my bets on Patreon. I started trying to charge for my bets like a couple months ago. And then I haven't been doing well since I started doing that. So I've been actually, just to be completely honest. So I have had a free link in my bio for my bets. So for that's been going on for like 2 or 3 months. I was positive last year, and I've had 2 losing events in a row. So I'm probably due this week. So yeah, if you guys have any trouble, I'll probably just message you guys my bets if you guys would like. But yeah, I'm excited for this weekend. Feel free to follow me if you'd like. More into the UFC than like social media though. So it's tough being a social media person when you're not that into it.
Yeah, I'm 26. I'm more into social media. I grew up on it since I was like 10 years old. Got Facebook behind my mom's back, stuff like that, you know. I've always been on the socials, know how to run the game here. AJ seems to be very good too. Huge following down there, and he's in Las Vegas. AJ, let the people know where they can follow you. I mean, you have a lot of followers, and credit to you, my guy. You work hard, the grind's real, and your picks are fucking fire.
Oh man, I appreciate you guys. I honestly try. I started this whole page just to try.
That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I just try to make people money too. I don't charge at all. So I know I have my losing weeks and like my months, you know, how it may be. So, but you know, just betting smarter, you know, learning from your lessons and everything. Also having fun too, you know. I like betting on like something a little bit crazy and just taking a risk. You know, this what's worth it. So, but yeah, just for me, all I got is just Instagram right now. I just AJ MMA. I kind of do. Oh, snap. I do want to kind of maybe start a YouTube, but I kind of just want to like kind of take my time gradually. I just got a laptop, so as the time goes, I know I'll kind of maybe casually make my way towards that. So yeah, it should be a good time, and you know, I'm just excited to see what kind of, you know, fights the UFC got for us in store in the future, because I know it's just gonna get better and better. So yeah, I'm happy to be here. Let's do it.
Yeah, glad to have you. If you do want to have a YouTube channel, we're gonna have your back and support you 100% on Instagram. On Instagram, though, like the people have to go follow AJ MMA after the show, or even stop the show, come back and go follow him right now. Follow AJ MMA before the end of the day, before fight day. Go follow AJ MMA on Instagram. All right, Arkansas MMA, go follow him as well. He already told you what to do. Now, Prelim Tim is going to tell you what to do. Now, thank you to everybody tuning in, staying forecasted. We're live each and every event, trying our best. Like AJ mentioned, like we're going to try our best each and every event. For me, my best is just not enough the last 2 weeks. 0 for 3, 0 for 3. And y'all know what that means. A heater is on the rise. It's on the horizon here. I don't normally go 0 for 3.
Yeah, and it's always up and down. It's never just all wins for anybody. And I've seen Joseph go on hotter streaks than pretty much anybody. So it'll come back for you. Shout out to our live chat tonight. It's been a pretty good chat. You guys, Arkansas and AJ, it's been a great show. So thanks for coming on. Everybody can follow me on Prelim Tim on Instagram. I just started doing YouTube this year, so I've got videos for all of the cards so far this year. I just put out 3 for tomorrow's card. You can follow me on there. That would probably be my preferred thing right now. It's like the YouTube I'm trying to grow. If you want to read my breakdowns, normally I post them on Substack. I have not posted them this week though, because I had a really tough week otherwise, like work and everything like that. So right now you can just see my breakdowns for my 3 bets on YouTube, and I will be adding more, and I'll post my final bets on Substack tomorrow. But yeah, those are the 3 things to follow me: Instagram, Substack, and YouTube.
I hope you guys don't think the show's over. We're going to talk about some dogs of the week. Now, last week, do any of you guys know what I took for a dog of the week?
Yeah, of course I remember.
I lost 15 fucking units. The guy had him wobbled, walking backwards, and he leaned up against him. How do you think I feel?
Yeah. All he needed was a little more cardio. Yeah. If he was just in a little better shape, Tuivasa, I think, would have finished him.
I agree. I was kind of shitting bricks that fight. I was like, oh shit, because I Allison, but I also had it under 1.5, so I was just like, man,
like I know people warned me not to put so much on Tuivasa. They were laughing at the pick, but like I thought it was a spot. You know, it's an entertainment business, and the guy does shoeies all the time, and we never get to see one again. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck?
Maybe the next one. Maybe the next one. Let's hope.
In another life. For this week, I'm gonna make another fucking mistake probably and take Priscilla Catchway to the Zombie Girl. A little bias here. She's one of my favorite women's mixed martial artists when it comes to entertainment value. Now, this one probably won't be very entertaining. Listening to the other 3 forecasters on the show this week, Segula's probably gonna go to a decision and not the gulag. So yeah, Priscilla, I don't know how she's gonna win. Like, I think she could win a decision here. Definitely a good number, but y'all know she's vicious on the feet. I think a lot of people, if they're taking her as an underdog, they're gonna take her by KO finish, and I would be more happy to take her by a decision. Y'all know I do the Zodiac forecast. This will be the first fight that I decode this week. The Zodiac forecast is looking to get hot this week. And this one is very double coded. It could go either way. So I'm being biased. I'm taking the Zombie Girl. You know, Fight Fiend forecast. There is another underdog I like, but I'll talk about it after everybody else gives a dog of the week. I think there's a lot of good underdogs on this event that could cash in. I got, I think, 1 or 2 others. If you listen to the full card prediction show, I'll talk about it after everybody gives theirs. Prelim Tim, you first.
So I'm going with Jakob Weeklas. I don't think he is the most confident pick, but this isn't a card that I really like dogs too much on. But I don't mind him in this matchup against Moin Gafarov. He's coming off of losses to, hold on, I just forgot who they were. So he lost to John Castaneda, and he lost to Chad Henliger and John Lineker, which are all names that if you watch the UFC a lot, they're not terrible guys. But if you're looking for somebody to stay in the UFC for a while, those aren't the kind of people you want to be losing to either. So Jakob just beat Patchy Mix, which people have varying opinions about how good of a win that is. And that's the only time we've seen him in the UFC. I was pretty impressed by it. Patchy Mix was trying really hard to grapple him, and he was defending. So, I mean, yeah, so that's my dog pick. Not something I'm very high on, but that's who I have for this week.
Arkansas, if you got one, lock one. Let's hear it.
This is tough for me. I haven't gotten to the window, but there's 3 dogs I like. The first one is Wicklax, like Prelim Tim just said. I honestly, I don't know enough about him. I mean, I'm not somebody that watches a lot of MMA film outside of the UFC. I'll do a little film study for Contender Series. So my whole thing is I don't trust Gafarov. I don't like him. I don't think he's like Prelim Tim said. There's some bad losses in the UFC, and trust me, like we all know those. I mean, a lot of people know those guys' names. They're not awful, but they're not guys you want to be losing to. So I think Wicklax is a spot there. My concern is Gafarov KO, so maybe fight doesn't go the distance. The other two dogs I'm actually probably going to bet. The first one, obviously, Vinicius Oliveira. I mentioned that and kind of went into that. The second, and I don't know if I have the guts to do it, is Kuniev. I've been a big Jelton Almeida fan for a while. I'm probably going to bet Kuniev. I did bet him 2-3 KO. So my whole thing is I don't want to miss out if he KOs him round one, if he wins a decision. So I sprinkled the KO 2-3, but I'm probably going to just end up betting a decent bet on the money line Kuniev.
Okay, I'm with you on that one. You heard my reaction.
And
I like it.
Just to give a quick breakdown, I think this is a really big letdown spot for Jelton. I think we've seen him come off a letdown spot before, and he fought like Spivak. But this isn't Spivak, and he was like a minus 500 spot. I know he opened like around that time. If you look at Kuniev, dude, I don't know what the UFC's drug testing policy is anymore. He looks good. He looks tan. He looks jacked. Like I'll get on whatever program he's on. I feel like I work hard in the gym, but damn, like, holy shit. So I think he's worth a sprinkle. You know, maybe $20 if you don't bet a lot. I think Kuniev's worth it. I'm a market guy, so I think there's a huge discount here on Halton Almeida, which is why I've kind of stayed away from it. It's like, well, Jelton could just get him down and make it look easy and look minus 500. But I think my whole thing is if I think there's a live bet spot, I might hesitate to bet someone early because Kuniev probably will get taken down in round one or at least be in some kind of positions. But maybe he knocks him out early. So that's why I'm getting to the window before the fight. I'm going to bet Kuniev money line as an underdog, and I might look to live bet him round one too.
I think he's knockout or bust. If you listen to the full card prediction show, I broke it down pretty good here. I think it could be round two. And yeah, listen to the full card prediction show. Tune in to the Fight Fiend forecast. I broke this one down. I'm on the Kuniev side. And like you said, at the weigh-ins, you said he looked jacked. He looked jacked at the weigh-ins? Am I hearing that correctly?
Maybe I saw just a good angle, like his Tinder profile picture. I saw that picture.
I mean, yeah, he was on the juice. Now it's either like, you know, he comes in here back on the juice or completely off it. So it could be, you know, he's just getting in shape. He's looking better. Maybe he is on the juice. Who knows the protocols, what's going on with the testing and stuff like that. But this guy was tested before and he did not pass. And I do believe he is a much harder hitter on the gas, off the gas, drinking juice, not drinking juice. So in a heavyweight fight, I'm taking the heavier hitter by knockout or bust. I don't think he has a chance to win a decision in this fight. Like you mentioned, like Jelton gets a takedown, 2 takedowns, bunch of control time. Hard to see an underdog Kuniev winning a decision here, especially with his power. His last fight, Kuniev went to a split decision with Curtis Blades where Almeida could not stand on the feet with him. Like he fell to the ground and folded. So AJ, interested to hear your opinion on this one and interested to hear your dog of the week.
So it's actually pretty cool. I hope it can kind of just go over 1.5. I'd be happy about that. I'd be pretty juiced. But you know, just knowing how both guys are, I think it's gonna probably kind of go either way. Either someone's gonna go out early, or it's gonna go, you know, to those later rounds. Maybe even go over the 1.5 and just end sometime in the second. But the thing is about this fight is, well, I think Kuniev also weighs a good, like maybe 30, 35 pounds more. I don't think it should be that much of a difference though, because when Almeida fought Volkov, it's pretty much the same weight. Still took him down too, and that was very controversial. I was very happy. I had Volkov, and I thought Almeida won. So he said too that he learned a lot from that fight. He learned to not like hold aggression or something like that for Almeida. So maybe it sounds like a good learning lesson, but it's just kind of hard to really say that and put that in perspective. I do agree with Arkansas. He did look pretty good, like pretty just good size compared to Almeida, but that was probably the extra 30 pounds showing. but also it's muscle. The thing too is when he fought Curtis Blades, I think tore his MCL or something like that in the first round, and for him not to really like not saying finish him, but I mean I don't know, it was a close fight, but I think if he wants to kind of stay relevant and also in the UFC, he's gonna probably have to win this one. Maybe not, but I think it's a good dog, and I'm gonna honestly say first and foremost, Gene Matsumoto would probably not be my for sure not dog pick of the week. So I just want to clarify that. I just think it's like a hunch. It could happen, but I'm more banking off Basharat just having a bad day. But I think for honestly my dog pick of the week too, I'm gonna probably say Kunaev, just because I don't really see that much. I would lean with Oliveira, but that's only in like the first 1 or 2 rounds if he's just putting on crazy gas and all that good stuff. But I do lean with Kunaev a little bit more too, just because of the wrestling aspect. I know Almeida is just a monster and he controls people down there, but I think for Kunaev, what he did to Curtis Blades was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that was good.
It was good. It was a good performance.
He weighs a lot more too. Like, I don't want to cut you off, but like he weighs so much more.
He does. Yeah. It's just I'm not sure if that's going to be so much of a factor because he's fought heavier guys. But anyway, I think Kunaev is very live, and also too, if you look at it in the card and everything, I think 2 things. I think it could probably end pretty quick, and then I can honestly see. I can see an underdog winning in the main card, and that's going to probably be the only one.
I agree.
Yeah.
As forecasted, I agree.
I think it's like, what, 3rd match in the main card?
Yeah, 3rd last. Or the 6th on the main card, so yeah, 3rd.
Yeah, so, yeah, I agree with that one.
F3 dog. 3rd fight. Kunaev. Yeah. Like I forecasted, like, I think what we talked about breaks down my breakdown perfectly. And the weight discrepancy is absolutely fucked. Like at heavyweight for a differential of 15 pounds or more is kind of crazy. Clearly gives an advantage to one side, the guy that's heavier. It's heavyweight. It takes one punch. So like someone has a 15-pound advantage here and he's an underdog. It's kind of crazy. So I'm taking Kunaev for sure. Gelton can't strike. Listen to the full card prediction show on YouTube. I do it each and every event. If you want the full breakdown from me. Now, to end the show, like we didn't mention any weight misses this week. I didn't think there was any. But one we should have mentioned, Muin Gafurov. What the fuck? He missed weight by 6 pounds. Muin Gafurov.
I don't know. I didn't see the weigh-ins. I've been too busy this week.
I didn't watch them, but looking at Topology, Muin Gafurov has missed weight by 6 pounds. Kong Wang.
I feel like that's not his first miss.
No, probably not his first miss, but we got Eduardo Amora and Kong Wang both missing weight by 2 pounds, weighing in at 127. And Javid Basharat's opponent is now stepping in short notice here, and he missed weight by 6 pounds as well. Now, Javid Basharat was supposed to fight Saeed Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov withdrew. We got a short notice opponent stepping in for his first ever UFC fight, Gianni Vazquez from Mexico, 13-4-1, unranked. So I don't know. I'm going Javid Basharat, probably more likely for the finish now than before. That's wild.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Saeed was out. I don't know when that happened this week.
Happened a little bit earlier in the week.
That's too bad. I was really looking forward to losing money on that fight somehow.
Yeah, I was gonna bet it when I probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, it felt like the most do not bet, but I was like, do I bet Saeed early? And then I was like, I'm gonna bet it. I just don't know how. And
I'm gonna bet it.
You guys are so lucky because you guys do everything with the apps, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Well, I live in Vegas. I think it's like the one of three states that fucking you can't have like any. I mean,
come on, you got a casino every fucking corner.
I think that's
we got one of Olive Island, I think, maybe 2.
No, you are right. But this is the thing here. So like, Hopefully they don't find me. But when for the places that I do try to go to and sign up, they require you to sign a W-2 form, which I find is so crazy for betting.
Wow. Yeah.
So I rather just go there, and that's why all my bets are ticket slips. So I can't I would love to be watching the fights and just have that feeling of, oh, Bash Rat maybe looks a little off or some weird thing. And I would love to. I feel like I would probably be a millionaire by now, but there'd be times when I want to run back to the casino, and I literally live approximately 7 minutes away from one. So it's very tempting, but I gotta be very good because I can't be doing too much. I gotta limit myself.
It's pretty easy to limit yourself when you gotta go to the bookie to bet, but online you can be running bets, so many bets, and it can get out of hand.
It's the worst when you lose. Say if you have five tickets, it's the worst when you lose 3 or 2 in the first 2 or 3 fights. Oh my god, it breaks my heart. Oh, yeah. I'm just it's one of those nights, but we gotta ride the wave.
Well, I'll tell you someone who will never break your heart. It's Bryn Ray on the show. She's a little bit late. Yeah, she missed the show. It's the very end of the show, 1 minute and 30 minutes, world's longest live stream for Fight Fiend. It's almost time to go, but you can rewatch the show. Much appreciated. AJ MMA Arkansas special guests are here, and they will let you know one more time where to follow them before we go, because we are about to go. We're 1 minute and 30 minutes in. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the show, got lots of props, information. I had a hell of a time. I think it's going to be a hell of an event. And next week, which is a break week, we're going to enjoy Valentine's Day, all of us, and we're going to come back, regroup, and attack these bookies once again. If Arkansas is free, he's going to join us. If AJ is free, he can join us. Now, listen to where you can follow them this week, right now. Arkansas?
Yeah, Arkansas MMA bets on Instagram and Twitter. That's where I post all my bets. I'm on Patreon too, but you can find the links on there. And like I said, my bets are all out for free, so feel free to grab them. Let me know if you need help.
Same here. AJ MMA, just only on Instagram for right now. If you ever just have curiosity about a certain fight that you're just on edge for, I'm always glad to answer a DM and help out. So, hopefully we can make money together, and hope this weekend is very profitable.
Let's go.
Let's make some money. Prelim Tim, where can they follow you this week? Substacks?
Yeah,
I've been checking it out.
Thank you. Sorry about this week. I say it every week, and I already said it earlier, so you guys know. Substack, Instagram, YouTube, Prelim Tim. Follow me there. Thank you.
F3, baby. Stay forecasted. If you want that 50, put the hashtag F3 in the comments section, not in the live chat. Pretty simple. Let's get it. Thanks for staying forecasted. UFC Vegas 113 is going to be one hell of an event. Prelim Tim doesn't want to say it, but I'm going to say it.